Welcome. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the possessive phrase. Possessive phrase is a phrase that shows position of one thing by another. Okay. Possessive phrase shows. Sorry, let me write its definition in English language. Shows position of one thing. Sorry, by another thing, or noun, you can call it noun. For example, in English language we say the pen of let's say the pen of Yasir. Okay, as you can see here, the pen this is a this whole thing is a possessive phrase. Okay, now this possessive phrase shows the position of the noun by the possessor Yasir. Okay, and this of shows the relationship between the pen and the Yasir. What is the relationship between the pen and the Yasir? The relationship is that the pen is possessed by Yasir, or the pen is owned by Yasir. The pen belongs to Yasir. This is the relationship that possessive phrase shows. Okay, it shows position of one thing by another, or of one thing by one noun by another noun. You can say it whatever way you want to say it. Okay, now in Arabic language, possessive phrase is called مركب اضافي. Okay, مركب اضافي. It shows position of one thing by another. In English language, in order to show position of one thing by another, we will use the word of. Okay, word of, that has also been used here. The pen of Zaid. Now of is, there's no word for of in Arabic language. That is why it's not that simple in Arabic language to construct a possessive phrase. We do not use a certain word that will change everything for us. But that's also good news, because we are not going to use many words. In Arabic language, we will use just two words: the position, the things that has been possessed, the possessed, and the possessor. Just two words. We do not need the word for of. Now we are now going to learn how to construct a possessive phrase in Arabic language. Let's say I want to translate the book of Zaid. This is an English possessive phrase. Somebody asked me to translate this phrase for them into Arabic language. If you look at this possessive phrase, you will understand that the book, it is the possessed thing, and of shows relationship between Zaid, which is the possessor, and the possessed thing, the book. In Arabic language, the book is called al-kitab. Okay, the book is called kitabun. Let's say kitabun. Okay, kitabun. And for the word Zaid, we have Zaidun. Okay, Zaidun. Sorry, Zaidun. Okay. Now, how is it possible to change this phrase into Arabic language? So we have Zaid and we have kitabun. Okay. Now, as you can see here in English language, the thing that is possessed, which is the book, comes first, and the possessor comes last. The same thing happens in Arabic language. The only difference is that the sequence of the possessor and the possessed is changed. We write English from left to right, but we write Arabic from right to left. That is why kitabun will be here and Zaidun will be here. Okay, so let me write it. Kitabun and Zaidun. Okay, kitabun and Zaidun. This is just a raw form of possessive phrase. We will refine it now. Kitabun Zaidun. Now there are two changes that we need to make in order to make this phrase grammatically correct in Arabic language. Two changes. What are those two changes? Let's look at them. Look at each of them one by one. This is the possessed noun, okay, which is called muzaf. Okay, this is called muzaf. Okay, I will write it here for you. Muzaf. Let me write it. Muzaf. Muzaf. Okay, and this one Zaidun, this is called mudafun ilayhi. Okay, mudafun ilayhi. Mudafun ilayhi. Wait a minute. Mudafun ilayhi. Okay, mudafun ilayhi. Kitabun, the possessed noun, is called muzaf, and Zaidun, the possessor, is called muzafun ilayhi. Ilayhi in Arabic language. Okay, now what are those two changes that we are going to make? The first change is in muzaf, and what is that change? This tanween will change into single vowel. Okay, so for example, if we have here two dhammas, like we have here tanween, two dhammas, we will change those two dhammas into one dhamma. Okay, so two dhammas, okay, two dhamma will change into one dhamma. Okay, one vowel. Okay, and if we have two kasras, that will change into single kasra, I mean one kasra. And if we have two fathas, let's say tanween, we have tanween, two fathas will change into single fatha. Okay, single fatha. What I'm saying here is that tanween will change into single vowel. That's it. This is one change that you have to make. The second change is that of muzaf ilayhi. This is a modification that we will do when we are dealing with muzaf ilayhi. Muzaf ilayhi, okay, the possessor. This tanween, this will change into if we have dhamma here, two dhammas or two fathas, those two fathas or two kasras will change in, two fathas or two dhammas will change into two kasras. Okay, let me write it here, you will understand what I'm saying. This will change into kitabu. As I said before, tanween will change to single vowel, so we have kitabu, only single vowel, only one dhamma. And zaydin, okay, we will have zaydin. We will have two kasras now. Instead of having two dhammas or two fathas, this will change into two kasras. In this noun, we will not change this tanween into single vowel. We will never change it into single vowel. Okay, remember this family. We are not going to change the tanween into single noun in muzaf ilayhi. We will do that only for muzaf. In muzaf we had to change the tanween into single vowel, two zammas into one zamma and kasra and so on, single kasra, single fatha. But in muzaf ilayhi we are not going to do that. In muzaf ilayhi we are just going to change zamma fatha into kasra. Okay, if we have two zammas, we will change that into two kasras. If we have two fathas, we will change that into two kasras. And if we have two kasras, that's it. We don't need to change anything. Okay, so this is Kitabu Zaydin is the correct form of possessive phrase in Arabic language, and this means the book of Zayd. Now you can make a lot of phrases with this. For example, you might have heard Kitabullahi. Kitabullahi. Now what is happening here is that it was initially kitabun, like we had here, and the word Allah was Allahu, but because it became muzaf ilayhi, the possessor, because of that we changed the dhamma in Allahu. Let me write it here. In Allahu, originally we had dhamma. We changed the dhamma into kasra because the possessor the possessor, the mudaf ilayhi, will have a kasra under its last letter. Always the possessor, the second noun in a possessive phrase in Arabic language, will have a kasra under it. Sometimes it will have two kasras, sometimes it will have single kasra. So in the case of Zaydin, it had two kasras, and in the case of Allahu, it has single kasra. Okay, it depends on the type of noun, and we will discuss the type of nouns in later lectures. So, but this is the rule. You have to remember this. This is called muzaf, or the possessed thing. If this noun has tanween, that tanween will change into single vowel. Okay, this is the first rule for muzaf. For muzaf ilayhi, if muzaf ilayhi has a vowel, if it has dhamma, or it has fatha on its last letter, we will not leave it as it is. We will actually change dhamma or fatha into kasra. So let me summarize it. For mudaf, which is the first noun, okay, first noun. For mudaf, which is the first noun, we will change tanween into single haraka vowel. For mudaf ilayhi, second noun, will change fatha and zamma into kasra. Okay, these are the two basic rules to when you're constructing a possessive phrase in Arabic language. If you have any questions regarding this lesson, please post them in the comment section below. I will try my best to answer you.